So yeah, hi guys again. You can play the co-op by QR code. Thank you for coming here. We already have some meetups here. I don't see new faces here maybe, but okay. First meetup was about the making Ethereum Cypherpunk event, and it was nice start of our journey here. Also, you can check our YouTube, our Twitter, with videos, lectures, and other stuff. So we have a lot of stuff about privacy, about ZK, about guys from Chemical Protocol also was here and told about their project. So yeah, yeah, we are just trying. We also have Instagram. You can go for that. And yeah, just sign to our networks to be updated and get last news about what we're doing. We have some new features we want to bring, I think in January or February. Yeah. So for today, Cathy will tell us about the project, what's working, about the collective truth. So I think we could start.
Brought two QR code that you can scan. The left one is the alpha product that we've launched that you can play with, and the right one is access to the documentations that where you can find more detailed introduction about Pensieve itself. So yeah, and I'm Cathy, and I'm now currently as the head of operations in Ethereum Community Fund, and I'm also a researcher. So before we dive into today's topic of like how can we get the truth, let's first talking about what are the challenges nowadays that keeping us away from the truth that we are eagering for. So the first one is the missing data. Actually, the beauty of the appearance of blockchain, or let's say the Bitcoin, is that every transactions can be stored on chain forever. So it ensures the transparency of the transaction itself. But that does not mean the context behind every transaction is readable to everyone. And the second one is the data ownership. So within the current database, or let's say the knowledge base, most projects they are still running their narratives on utilizing Web2 tools, like with most well-known like Wikipedia, because it's sort of like still easy because it just relying on one centralized like let's say one centralized node to maintain it, to fill in the information about the project, about the data. So with the nature of relying on one centralized node, just relying on one centralized resource of information, it usually causes the fact that some of the knowledge will not be revealed to public. But usually those kind of knowledge is more critical because it sometimes will reveal the vulnerabilities of the organization, or like some governance changes. They will not involve the community stakeholders. Besides the process, also the maybe some of the decisions will also not be revealed to the communities by the end. And when we do the research, we also found out there are a lot of broken links with the nature of one centralized node maintenance, due to the lack of like regularly maintain of those links. So the last one is the scarcity of legitimacy. This one with the example as like what is public good. It should be like narrative decide, not instead of like just you provide evidence to prove that you are public goods, uh, which means that you can like say I'm a public goods project because I meet this certain standard. But at the same time, you need to share the value with the community, with the public as well, in order to make you as public goods. So with those knowing, let's say, the challenges, I know Vitalik and also the whole Ethereum community, they're pushing this the ag movement and info defense as one of the major factor in this movement. It is to protect societies, organizations, and also the individuals against threats related to the misuse of information, which includes such as disinformation, social media manipulations, or the control over of data, psyops, synthetic media, or the like deep fakes, and also ciphertext, for example, infrastructure sabotage, and intelligence gathering, insider threats, data breach, and leak. So with all of these challenges and also the threats, uh, we we are being keeping away from the truth. But with info defense and this whole DAC movement, we are in the process to seeking the truth. And on the left here is a saying from Dumbledore. I don't know if there is a fan of Harry Potter there, but um, our executive director QJ is a huge fan of Harry Potter, and also that's why we have our product name as Pensieve, which is actually also a magic name in the book. So Dumbledore says that the truth, it is a beautiful and terrible thing, and should therefore be treated with great caution. So now we are dancing to like seek the truth. So for us to seek the truth, we first need to acknowledge that it is a forever collective human task that requires collaborations, coordinations, and also sorry, like and also the interpretations of the information. But truth is often pending and unverifiable. While it's pending, it will still influences those irreversible decisions, like votes that usually happens in governance, and also will influence the market performance and also the investment from the investors and also the grants allocations. So we have to work with perception, community alignment, and provide an immutable history of truth versioning in order to in order to build a robust information layer as a fundamental for the whole ecosystem to make every decision. So in our particular context, that ECF was founded by those early Ethereum community pioneers, as you can see in the picture, in 2018. And it started with the idea of everyone, like those pioneer projects, putting resources together in order to boost the adoption of Ethereum decentralized applications. And actually by that time it was easy with those well-funded projects. But along the way, like we realized giving out grants to projects even nowadays, like most of the grant program they're still struggling with is that usually comes to where's the money, where are the projects, and are those projects good? And if we say they're good, if those evaluations are based on what kind of information, and is those information real? Can we trust those information? So and also can those projects deliver the promise that they made on that on their grant applications? So ultimately most of the account grant program they struggle with accountability, um, and it is very difficult and it's costly to track performance, and also it's costly to do so, and it usually like to the end it's usually about face checking. You must need to know someone in there and to do the fact check, to verify if the information is real or not, um, which is like like the grant. That's why the yearly the grant process takes much longer than we expected. Okay, then here is the grant history. Like when ECF was still like a grant giving organization, those are the previous grantors and also the grantees that already got support from us. So with all the let's say all the all the issues, all the problems that we as the organization and the operator of this grant program, we we've seen the issues, and so we decide that instead of directly funding the project, we we solve the issue of information layer first. So we are now coordinate information within the Ethereum community to first find the truth first, and also we are aiming to provide educational tools, and for sure at the same time the project discovery, and also highlight those legit and accountable Web3 projects in order to help them to get more like resources in the ecosystem, either the grants, either the like the community attention. And Pensieve, so that's why we designed Pensieve, which is a mechanism for collective cognitive sovereignty and foundation for governance. And we decided to use ECF.network directory as our first use case. And it is a decentralized community-owned platform to make sense of blockchain projects with validatable crowd intelligence. And those are the other use cases that we already thought of. So the first one is like instead of Web3 specific decentralized wiki, the Pensieve mechanism itself can also be used as the general purpose decentralized wikis foundational layer. And also it can also be used as a academic research, collaborative literature review, and data integrity for experimentations. And for like laws and that democracies, Pensieve can also be utilized there. And for governance, they can also use Pensieve mechanism to collaborate and coordinate on their open logs. And also the like the crisis response playbooks. And for teachers, they can also using Pensieve mechanism to create or build the open courses for their students. And for environmental use, the the organizations, they can create citizen science reports to help the environmental monitoring. And also for AI agents, the the Pensieve can be used to train the knowledge base, and it can also be used as a knowledge management standard for corporates. So those are all the use cases can be built on Pensieve. So with all the concept of truth, challenges, threats, and the missions, but how exactly Pensieve, the mechanism, help us to get to the truth. So on pensieve.ecf, you can first create a project proposal. As I just mentioned, the Pensieve.ecf, it is a open platform where anyone or any grant program, they have access to the same database. So which means it also anyone can create project proposals by filling up an essential item set. But the current essential item set is determined by the team, by ECF team. But in the future, it will be also open to proposals by the community as well. So every item has an item weight, and this item weight actually reflects the importance of the item itself, based on the accountability framework that we design as well. And every user, they will collect their contribution points, and we call it CP, after they create their project proposal. And this CP, it can be seen as a proof of your intelligence contribution on ECF on Pensieve.ecf. And also it also reflect your reputation in the platform. And because one thing here is that one nature of this CP is that because we believe that reputation cannot be transferred to others, so so as to the CP here is not transferable. So the initial CP can be just simply gained by proposing a project proposal on the platform, even without the validation from the remaining community. You will first get a 0 to 1 reward. It is now set as a certain percentage of the total essential item sets weights. So in order to get your project page proposal just to create there to be published, because now it's still listing on the pending project list. In order to get it to be listing as a published one, you need to reach the threshold, which is having at least 3 peers validating each item in the essential item set. And after that, you will get the remaining CPs, besides the 0 to 1 rewards you've already got. So now the project is published with all the essential items set. But still, there are still a bunch of non-essential items on the project page. Now is available for either the other users or also yourself to complete it and also moderate it. And here is the most beautiful things here is that how we ensure the legitimacy of the item the value of the item. The continuous governance involves here. So like although the project page proposal has been passed the threshold and get published there, that doesn't mean that you own the project page, or the information, the data on the page is fixed. It's still open to anyone to go to the page to challenge the current published value. So as long as the user with enough CP, they can vote new item versions over yours, over other users, and replace the current leading one. As long as they for sure get enough like vote from the others. And all versions are in constant competition to become public versions. So that means every project page reflects dynamically of the collective state of mind, and the state of mind reflects the item's value in the public discourse. I know many of you guys would ask, like, how can I get contribution points? How can I get the CP in order to support others? Besides the easy way, as I just mentioned, open a new project, you will get the 0 to 1 rewards. You can also fill in the non-essential items of other published projects, and you can also propose alternative item versions and gather supports to make them public. So let's say Pensieve enable the information layer, the collective collective knowledge base utilizing the community intelligence. It's a heart of Pensieve .ecf, but still there are still many other interesting plugins that we're experimenting with and also building with. And the first one is the Pensieve ads. It's a ads billboard built with a Haberger tags protocol. I don't know like if some of you guys already got familiar with it, because it was actually first proposed by Radical Exchange. So we referred to the let's say the protocol they proposed before, and developed the ad board in our product. So which means that anyone can come to the platform to bid for the ad banner, but even like it, even though the first one, for example, this it bid for 10 days, but it doesn't mean that you will own it for 10 days. It's still open to others bid. As long as there's other one bid over you, then your ads will be immediately being replaced. But at the same time, that everyone needs to pay tax based on the valuation they bid for. And the second one is Pensieve, which is the costume filter project collection. Actually, we built this feature because we want to encourage the other community grant programs. They could come to our platform to utilizing our product as the tool to create their own community grant. Because they can custom the filter to their standard. Like you can use the filter to choose we only accept open source project, and also we only accept the project haven't have a token yet. So they can custom the filter to their scope, and they can also share the Pensieve link to the public directly, to show, okay, now we're seeing the current knowledge base, current projects on Pensieve.ecf. What are the projects are the most accountable in this certain grant scope? And also, with Elf, we also built a AI agent to help the users to fill in the like the information of the project page you want to create. So you can use the search function there on of this AI agent. You just search the project name you want to you want to create the project page for, and it will automatically fill in the information of this essential item set for you. So the only thing you need to do is going to check the information proposed by this AI agent, and maybe to adjust some of the information is not accurate or is not right. So with this AI agent, it will significantly reduce the workload of manually information input. So so the last one is like let's say Pensieve is building the truth, the information layer. But here's another like important mechanism in Pensieve is that the evaluation mechanism, the elder wand. So elder wand is the evaluation mechanism for projects accountability, and also it's a fundamental logic algorithm that we're using to display the ranks on Pensieve.ecf. Yes, there are there are a lot of ranks on Pensieve.ecf as well. For example, now we already have the like version 0.1 launched as a accountability rank. But like because now we haven't had all of items on ECF blueprint added deployed on to the product. I would say there's only one fourth items has been there. There are still remaining a lot of items will be added to the platform. So with more like items added to the projects to the platform, it will map the picture complete, and it will enable the evaluation of the project's accountability more rational as well. And those two are the other features or other things that we are putting efforts on. The first one is discourse, and now it's already in like production, and we plan to launch it this month. I think maybe before Christmas. So the discourse, the first version of the discourse, we plan to use complaints and redress as the first example on discourse, which means that the users with enough CP, they can open a complaints there on the discourse, and other users, they can also like answer the complaints, and also open to discussion and open to comments. and uh, and now the second one is that the current version of Pensieve.ecf is not fully on chain yet. And why we make this decision as a start, because we want to test the mechanism, the Pensieve mechanism first. We want to make sure the mechanism can truly reflect our goal, can truly reflect our mission, can truly enable the collective intelligence from the community to surface the truth first. Then we have the on-chain migration, have the immutable version. And yeah, we also just started our perennial grant experiment. And why we say perennial here, because it's like the amount is not a lot. but it's it's a lasting one, like it lasts for 10 weeks, and now I think it's already week 8. So we'll have like the 7 weeks happened in the past, and now we are having the week 8. So every week, like the top 4 most accountable projects will get the reward, will get the grant and the reward from our team. And I strongly suggest that the if you have a project, you can definitely try with that. As long as like it's super easy, as long as you have the information about project, you fill in it, like you fill in it as much as possible. Like you need to open, and then you have the chance to get the grant. Okay, yeah. Then yeah, that's all about today, about the truth, about how can we get to the truth and the challenges along the way. So if you guys interested in it, you can also scan the Discord QR code to join our community, or scan the code to play with the product directly. Thank you.
What do you think? How you fight with the cases where the like thousands of people, they just collaborate to push the fake information? Maybe we have some mechanism just not to create this fake news, fake articles and other stuff. How you fight with that?
I think you cutting off for words, but I think your question is that what if some of the information being manipulated or collusion by a bunch of people to have a fake,
Yeah, because they just can make some this proposals about faking information, or just like to create some phishing websites like Uniswap or other stuff.
Yes. So with the current mechanism that we are actually, first of all, we don't care about whether you are a unique person or not. You can come to the project, come to the platform to create different identities, but the mechanism itself, like the item weight will raise once the other, like it will replaced as the same as the leading proposers CP. So the item weight will be higher and higher, which means it will be more difficult to change when more CPs come to this item, to having an eye on it, to be here to challenge that.
Repeating the question that speaker asked before, because I quite didn't understand it very well. So let's say there is a well-funded organization with a lot of resources. What's stopping them from manipulating this platform, like they have done with Wikipedia, for example?
What do you mean, those well-funded projects?
Well, let's say there are many organizations, even government-funded organizations, that their sole purpose is to make some type of a narrative, right? Make some type of a story, manipulate some things. And we have seen this with Wikipedia over the years, some political stuff and so on, with wars and stuff. So if they decide to attack your platform with a lot of resources to change some information there that fits their agenda, how are you going to protect yourself?
That means that we need to be compromised, but I don't think this mechanism is designed to be compromised, because it's not the project itself come to the platform to create their own project. It's like anyone from the community, they can create their project. To the extreme case, if the project like you said, well-funded with political agenda projects want to publish some like certain information to their interest. Of course, they can come to our platform to create their own version of the project page, but still, the other community members, they can create another project page, with the same as with the same name as the project created by the organization. So there's community version and the project and the organization version. So with the current design, we don't even with the project name, we don't exclude like the same project, the same project name for now.
Hello. So I was curious about the importance and relevance of the transparency score because I was taking a look at Pensieve and I noticed something rather interesting. So I see that the top rated project right now with 100% is ETH Chiang Mai. But as I quickly scrolled down, I noticed that the Ethereum Community Fund is actually rated, and this is in the top list, at only 33%. I'd never had heard of Spaghetti, which is the Italian Ethereum collective for activism and education, but that has a higher score at 36%. So my question is, what is the importance and relevance of this transparency score? What is a good score? Is there other metrics you have to take into consideration when evaluating if a project is truly transparent and worthy of your time?
So yeah, that's a good question. So that relates to the mechanism of the accountability, the outer one. So the transparency score of, like, to the question, it's yes, it's as higher as the transparency score is better. So the transparency score is like calculated by the genius item weight. So it's like the currently already validated and published genius item weight of the items on the project page divided by the total genius item weight. I don't know if I explained it clear, but yes. So 100% score means that they've already filled in all the field, all the items on the page, and got it or validated and published. And why is why ECF is only 35%? Because we don't want all the information is from us, from the team. So we hope that like the more community members come to the project page to contribute their intelligence about ECF, about the Ethereum Community Fund. And yeah, Spaghetti ETH, it is the first Ethereum community actually in Italy. Why I mention it here, because this speech was supposed to be presented by the founder of Spaghetti ETH, Mattel, but because today he is also one of the researchers in our teams, and now he is on the trend, on the move. The signal is not stable, so so today I'm here to make this speech.
Thank you. And I guess just to clarify one of the points you made, I think you were talking about it like a genius score or something. It sounds like there's a comparison between information that is known or information that is unknown or pending. So for example, I might expect a slightly lower score out of like Ethereum Community Fund, which may be getting grant applications all the time. And maybe we don't know the details of all those applications relevant to a project that's constantly outputting information, and maybe the information is more final or something. Am I understanding that correctly?
Not like, I would put like relevance of the information there would be the factor in like instead because as I mentioned in the speech, is that all of the information on the project is always open to challenge from the community, even on those like, because now it's only transparency score. If you toggle the toggle the rank, you can also select accountability ranks, and also I think there's community trusted ranks, which is like ranks based on the like the votes, the CP votes the projects got from the community. So the transparency score is actually quite simple. It's just about how many information you've been filled in the project and got validated. And if like it's a super straightforward like approach. But in order to get, for example, about it comes to a grant program, I would say we cannot relies on the transparency rank only. We need to have a combination evaluation of different metrics. Like as for example, as the in accountability rank, we already cross evaluated the transparency score and also the community like the community votes for the certain projects. So 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 to your question, if it's if in the if in a grant program, then we will not only look at the transparency score.